we were clearly most wrong about the Bruins and to a lesser extent the Senators as well. So, Case, why don't we start with that? The teams we were most wrong on, and I'll leave it up to you who you want to go to first.
Well, I'm going to go to the team that, well, they're becoming the group we can't doubt ever again. And for a long time, I think it was like 5 years maybe, we had Pittsburgh as a team that no matter what, we couldn't doubt them before the season because they always proved us wrong. Well, that's the Boston Bruins now. I have to give credit to Jim Montgomery. I keep on doubting the lineup they put forward in the offseason, and they keep over exceeding by a long shot these last 2 years, definitely. And like first in the league, were we expecting this?
No.
We weren't expecting it last year, and they were. We're definitely not expecting it this year. We're doubting the center core once again. Well, Zacha and Charlie Coyle are on pace to produce more than Bergeron and Krejci. I know that there's a defensive aspect with those two players, but like, how is that possible? I don't know. And then, the Stars are on fire. Jim always has them buzzing. Dangerous special teams. They play good team defense with the best goaltending tandem in the league. Is that a recipe for success? Yeah. How did we not see that when we were doing preseason rankings? But I think we just doubted the scoring opportunity on this team and the depth. And boy, were we wrong. Like, wow.
Well, it was a team who lost their top two centers coming into the league.
Yeah.
And the number one guy is a first ballot Hall of Famer, eventually. Like, he is that good. And they lost him. They lost Krejci. It was part of this core that had been together forever. And, it just seemed like, okay, this is finally the year that the Bruins are going to fall. And of course, man, we're eating our words from the preseason. Like, this team, for whatever reason, consistently is able to get it done, even without their top two centers from the last decade. It's unbelievable. I don't understand it. Charlie Coyle is now a first line center, like on a good team. Like, it's odd, but he's having a great year. So is Zacha. I'm glad that you mentioned that, Case. Their defense, I mean, let's be honest. We knew that their D was pretty good, especially after getting Lindholm last year. Even though they lost a guy like Orlov, like their D was still pretty good, and their goaltending, we knew that was going to be good coming into the season too. It was just the depth scoring we didn't think was going to be there. But guys, Pastrnak, another level this season. Marchand, just as good. We mentioned the top two centers being pretty good, and then just getting contributions all throughout the lineup. Like, and it's not like they're just relying on defending and that's the only way they're winning games. Like, no, man, they're scoring goals too. They do everything. They generate a ton of chances. They don't give up a lot against. It's just shocking that this team once again is in first in this division.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I can't believe it either. Once again, I have not learned to not doubt the Boston Bruins, because they've done it again. They did it last year when I counted them out, and they've done it again this year. Like, they could very well win the President's Trophy here back-to-back years. Don't know if they necessarily want that because of what happened in the first round against the Florida Panthers, even though they were like less than a minute away from eliminating the Panthers in Game 7. That's how crazy the playoffs can be. But it's the Bruins. I mean, this is what they do. Marchand, just a perfect fit immediately, a natural replacement as the captain of this team to just continue that standard of excellence in this organization that we've seen for such a long time. And, you guys said, like, elite goaltending, both of them, Swayman and Allmark, elite defensemen, although Hampus Lindholm isn't quite the guy that he was last season, is still very good. You've got Charlie McAvoy, Carlo, Grzelcyk, even that Mason Lowry has looked good when he's been up in the lineup. But you guys mentioned Coyle, Zacha, the years that they're having, getting contributions from guys like Frederick, JVR, who we kind of looked at as a nothing signing. Morgan Geekie, Matt Poitras was a really nice surprise earlier in the year. And Chad, you mentioned Pastrnak there, and I I think that guy does not get enough credit as one of the top players in the league. First of all, he's a winger. He could score 60 goals every single year. Like, we're talking about Matthews maybe hitting 70. Pastrnak could maybe do that one year. Like, I could see that. And, to be that good and to drive the play as much as he does every single night as a winger, it's really something to see. So, did not expect this again from the Bruins. 31-9-9, their record as we're recording this. Absolutely ridiculous. And we are eating our words once again.
Only 2 teams in this division have scored more goals. The Tampa Bay Lightning have 2 more goals than the Boston Bruins, and think about all the weapons they have. And the Red Wings have 3 more goals. It's insanity. I don't understand it.
Yeah, absolutely. And hey, just saying, we weren't the only ones that were counting out the Bruins before the start of the year. That's for sure. Everybody looked at the 2 top centermen leaving, and okay, this is the start of the tail off for the Bruins. Yeah, not happening.